Hi everyone, I'm John Bergen.
Good morning, and I'm Hirokatsu Kitanaka.
And welcome to Bergen Spotlight News, a place where we bring you the news in a way you want to see it. Welcome to our last edition of Bergen Spotlight for this semester. Today we have an eventful episode for you, loaded with interviews and the latest on campus events.
On November 30th, Edward Young Jr., co-founder of the magazine The Source, spoke in a series of events held by the Business and Finance Club, organized by our own Bergen Spotlight correspondent, Keisha Branch.
Recently, Keisha sat down in preparation for that week with Tina McGraby, a BCC alumnus who went on to graduate from Yale. And now to an interview with Keisha and Tina.
Tina, what does a language specialist do?
In my business, I work via the web, and I provide services in writing, editing, and translating.
Okay, so what made you choose that career?
I've always been interested in studying foreign languages and other cultures. When I was 18, I traveled to France and studied abroad there, and I've just always been fascinated by cultural diversity.
So is there anything here at your experience with BCC that steered you in that direction?
Yes, I was involved with the liberal arts program here, and I took a few different foreign language courses, including Italian and French. And just being around the diverse population that we have here was inspirational to that decision.
Wonderful. Tina, you graduated with honors. Could you tell us how the honors program here at Bergen prepared you for Yale?
Yes, the honors program here is very challenging, very rigorous. I would say it's as demanding as any course that I took at Yale, and it requires a total of 18 credits throughout your time here, and a lot of writing, a lot of research, and independent study. So it was great.
How did you find the Bergen Community College professors?
They were mentors to me. They really motivated me, they pushed me, and they were instrumental in my applying to Yale and believing in myself that I could get in.
Let's talk a little bit about Yale. Was there a particular experience that you had at Yale that maybe was your most memorable experience, and why?
I would say in the fall of 2001, when I started at Yale, former President Bill Clinton came to speak on campus. And I wasn't able to get tickets. They were gone within the first hour. But just knowing that a former president was here on campus was amazing to me, and that was very memorable.
So Tina, are there any factors that you believe are more important than GPA, or at least as important as GPA, as far as getting into an Ivy League institution?
Absolutely. A person's character is very important, and that's demonstrated through their involvement on campus and volunteer work in the community, anything that helps define them as an individual.
What type of volunteer work or at campus activities did you engage in?
I was vice president of Phi Theta Kappa, the Honor Society, and we did a lot of projects in the community. One of the main ones we did was for Tomorrow's Children in Hackensack. That's a cancer hospital for children. And we organized a toy drive, and we were very involved with that charity.
Great, Tina, that sounds wonderful.
A very insightful interview.
Indeed, it's nice to see people with her accomplishments trying to help others to accomplish the same goals.
And as you know, the holiday season is coming up, and we'll all be rushing around to put under our Christmas trees. So I sat down with John Soleo, owner of Maplewood Hobby in Maplewood, a place where you might find some interesting holiday gifts for your friends.
John, I'd like to ask you, what kind of hobbies does your store have?
Well, our store has a number of different hobbies, and we're a general hobby shop, so we carry models and rockets, trains, gaming, and some other things, scratch building supplies.
What would you say is the biggest seller in your store?
Actually, really supplies are, because it spans more than just one part of the hobby, so or hobby categories, I guess you'd say.
What would you say is the basic concept behind the historical games played there?
Well, what we do is we have a little club,
right,
and we put on different battles, and all different eras. We do ancients, we'll do Civil War, we do World War II, and sometimes we try to recreate the battle scene as it appeared.
Wow, that sounds exciting.
Yes,
that's very cool.
It's fun. It's really fun.
Now, how often are the games played at the shop?
Well, for the most part, Tuesday night's general gaming night, Friday and Saturday, but also Sunday too.
Those are the fun nights, right?
Yes, we have a lot of fun with that stuff.
Well, who exactly plays the games? Are they mostly kids and teenagers, or mostly adults, elder people?
Well, Friday night's mostly teenagers. We also have a little historical group that meets on Fridays at times.
Oh, very cool.
But the nice thing is that there's an interaction between older guys and younger, younger kids, which is great because you have a chance of interacting with your son or a friend, where people, it's great. It's a great time.
It's family oriented.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Oh,
Very
wow,
much
that's
so.
excellent. Is there a lot of family in Maplewood? Like a lot of family connections in Maplewood, and do a lot of people get along? Like at the store, like a lot of family members?
Sure. We have families that come in and they don't necessarily play, but they check out the game, see what we're doing, and sometimes if they're interested, we let them play. Of course, it's for free.
Oh, that's awesome.
And they get a little bit of a historical lesson a little bit, and we're starting to gain, I don't know if it's notoriety, but we're starting to gain a little following.
Well, we talked earlier in the studio, and you said that you were an electrician before.
Yes.
How did you go from working as an electrician to owning a hobby store?
Well, the interesting thing about, I became an electrician because I always wanted to. And when I was a child, I used to build train layouts, and I used to wire them.
Wow.
And that made me become interested in circuits. And so I started my electrical business, and I said, there's just no hobby shops around. So we opened that up. Almost came full circle, because that's how I started with the electrical. So it's very fun.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Are there any conventions for war gamers and hobbies to go to?
Yes, there's a lot of conventions actually. I personally go to historical conventions, but there's fantasy conventions that people go to. And
is this around Maplewood, New Jersey, or is this all around New Jersey?
All around New Jersey, and we were just out in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. So it's all over the country.
Now, since Bergen Community College students would like to know a couple more things, they would probably ask a question: is there anything else around Bergen County that would have these type of?
Well, Bergen County has a Northern Historical Group. I'm sorry, I don't know the address of them, but they're
no problem.
very good guys, and there's gals in the group too. I don't mean to say there's no gals, but it's New Jersey's an incredible state for historical gaming, and then gaming in particular. If you do fantasy, there's so many places to go to, and it's a great state for that.
Wow, thank you. Do you maybe have anything special planned for your guests or for any family members at the store coming up soon?
Well, about 2 weeks ago, we did the second day at Gettysburg, which was very well received by everyone. We have an Ancients tournament coming up, which is kind of fun, and we play like 500 BC to 300 BC. It's kind of an interesting period, Macedonians, that stuff.
Right.
So people come in and watch it, and we let people play. We'll actually let them become generals, and it's they're like overwhelmed, and all this stuff is hand painted. So
hand painted.
They all hand painted.
Wow.
So
that sounds very tough too. You have to be very talented, probably.
A lot of it's technique,
right.
Really. You learn the techniques, and what's nice is that everyone, how should I say it? Everyone helps everyone. Like, oh, how'd you do that, guy? You work on your technique, you get better and better.
That's very good.
Yep.
Well, John, it was a pleasure having you today.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Well, Hero, that was a very interesting man. I'm glad we had a chance to interview him. Hopefully he'll be back on the show again.
Yes, that was an interview. It was a lot of fun and on and off the camera. Anyway, John, what are you going to be doing over this winter break? Anything special? Well,
I'm especially excited for the Christmas break because my girlfriend's family's coming up from North Carolina, and she's Italian. And her grandmother and her aunt are coming up, and I'll just be eating good home food Italian cooking for about 2 weeks. So I might put on a couple pounds, but it'll be worth it.
You're going to have to buy new shirts here and there then.
I might. This one's getting a little tight. So how about you? What are you going to be doing over break?
Well, good thing is my sister from Japan is coming to visit again, luckily. She has the time. She was able to find some time to come over here.
That's great. It's always great to spend holiday with the family.
Yeah, I haven't seen her for quite some time now, so it's going to be a blast. We'll go out somewhere, have a little family time. Everybody's going to get together.
All right. Maybe that new taco place you were telling me about, Chipotle.
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 Yeah, of course. The Route 4 Chipotle is
If you guys are hungry for tacos, check out Chipotle. Well, that's all the time we have here today on Bergen Spotlight.
We hope to see you all next year again and wish you all a happy holiday season.
I'm John Bergen.
And I'm Hirokatsuki Tanaka.
And thanks for watching Bergen Spotlight News.